Williams named to the Butkus. That's a very prestigious award, obviously, in honor of the great linebacker from Illinois and the Chicago Bears. And we are going to get a little more familiar with one of those Butkus nominees. Debo Williams joins us. Debo, first of all, thank you for making time. Congratulations. So many good things are coming your way. And I know that we haven't started the season yet, but it's nice to be noticed, isn't it?
Definitely, man. Just paying the respects to what I was able to do last season. It's just a blessing. So just to continue to be able to go, definitely want to be able to be one of the finalists this season.
Well, we hope you will. And obviously, you graduated a couple of months ago, and a lot of times young men go, you know what, it's time to pursue my skills at the next level. But you came back. Explain your thoughts on what I know everyone hopes is a really good year in Columbia.
Yes. My thoughts just our season didn't go the way we expected and how we wanted it to go. And I talked to the guys, like just me being one of the leaders on defense on the team. And I'm like, yo, we can really do this. Like we come back together as a team because, some guys could have left for the NFL and go to other schools, with the whole NIL thing, people could have left. But we came together as a team. I had group chats and I'm just like, yo, guys, I'm staying. This is a legacy year for us. We got the chance to really bring it home for Columbia, man. And so we just came together and it was something we wanted to do. So we just been putting in the work all season and it's time to go.
Debo, I know a lot of programs can't get caught looking backwards. That's already been hashed out. That's already been evaluated. So what has been the theme in the offseason as practice began a few weeks ago as we inch closer to that first game?
Yeah. Your hard work will make room for you. Coach Beamer always says it. Like, no matter what's going on in the outside world, the work you put in will show. So we just putting that work in so we can come in and dominate this season.
And speaking of that, I know. Every time I try to talk to a player about what's beyond the first game, they tell me there's only one game. I know that's part of getting ready. But as you're thinking toward the season, what are you talking to your fellow teammates about, especially those of you who are leaders of this team?
For sure. The biggest thing is, for one, executing what you got to do. You got to know what you're doing as a player, and then we can come together as a team. So being the best shape, being the best mentally, like being the best version of yourself. So that's been the biggest thing. Be the best version of yourself. We come together as a team, and we play as brothers.
I've heard it from so many championship teams, Debo, that they talk about in the offseason we bonded. We were selfless. A lot of things that you are familiar with. Talk about this program, because last year was disappointing, but as everyone knows, there were a couple of close games, and you twist a few plays, and suddenly it wasn't the season that it ended up to be. So what do you got? What did you guys talk about, and how do you think you're going to get over that hump this year?
Yeah. And that's the thing about playing in the SEC. Like, literally, a couple of plays go a different way, it could be a whole different outcome. That's how challenging it is in this league. But our biggest thing is we've been coming together. Like, the work we put in, and especially what we went through last year, it just made us that much stronger. Like, when you go through things with people, it make those experiences and make y'all so much stronger together. So us having that and being able to go back to that when times get tough, especially in workouts, practice, when times get tough, we able to go back to that, and we got each other's back.
I know you're a long way from being a regular worker like the rest of us because of your talent, but I saw you graduated recently in mass communication. Talk about your studies and how important it was not only to you but your family to see you get that degree.
Man, all I can say is that was for mom and dad right there, man. They've been wanting me to get my degree so bad, and not saying I wouldn't have did it on my own, but they definitely have pushed me through the process for sure. And I got a mass communications major just kind of to be like what you do. Like you got your own show, you're doing your thing, and I love it. And I just been trying to perfect my craft regarding that. Like, so I work on my speaking, I work on how I'm talking, and so because I want my own show one day, it'll be the Debo Williams TV show, and I'll be hosting as well.
Hey, Debo, do me a favor, okay? Why don't you try to play football and quit coming after my job? I mean, I got enough people criticizing me.
Hey, if they criticizing you, doing something right, man.
Well, listen, I've just got a chance to meet you, but I can see you sitting behind this microphone. Whenever you finish playing football. But I'm curious, as somebody who obviously has studied the media, what interests you the most about this part of my side of the business?
Yeah. Just as far as you have a voice in the college football world, just what you do. You have a voice, and your opinion matters to people for sure. So, and I just feel as though I've always felt like a leader. And so I just felt like that was my calling. Right now it's football. I lead my guys to the victory. That's my calling. And then I will part ways with that one day. Football doesn't last forever. So I just feel like that's one of my callings.
Okay, let me throw you a curveball here. If you're sitting behind this microphone today, and I called in the show, or I said, "Hey, Debo, let's give me an honest evaluation of Shane Beamer as a coach." What would you say?
Yeah, I would definitely say he puts the work in, and the work always pays off. I know them victories in big time games, the great seasons is coming for Coach, because it's like, how can you not want to play with him? I wake up early in the morning and I get in the building. It's 5:30, 6 o'clock, so I could put the extra work in. I see him in there working out, and I'm like, how could I not want to put that extra work in when my own head coach is? And it's like, you can't find that everywhere, So his hard work will pay off for sure.
Very well said. Let's talk about your summer. I know you're from Delaware, which is, I think, the smallest state in the
First
country.
state.
I've heard of it. I've been past it before. Let's talk a little bit about what you did there, because I know you followed your dreams of helping young people who obviously look up to you and one day want to be you.
Blessings. Me coming from Delaware and just being in a small state, it was hard because we didn't really get recruited out there, So I played with a chip on my shoulder at all times, because it's just like I was going to any school in the Northeast you could think of. I've been there, I visited, and I just never got the opportunity. And that's why I would literally run through a wall for Coach Beamer, man. Like he gave me the opportunity, and I've just been trying to make the most of it. And then I never really had anybody to look up to coming up. So for me to be able to do that for kids in Delaware, and I also had a camp in South Carolina, for me to be able to do that is just a blessing. I thank nobody but God for that.
Let's talk a little bit about. We had Malachi Moore on yesterday from Alabama, and he spent a lot of time talking about another picture you hear. A lot of time talking about this space that young people are in right now. A lot of us don't understand it like you do, but the NIL space, and we hear them about the money, but there's a lot more to it. Explain how you're trying to put that to good use in Columbia and elsewhere.
For sure. So just starting with the camps as well, like being able to do things like that and be able to have businesses come out to my camps and be able to provide things for the kids. Like we got Gatorade, we got water, we giving out footballs, trophies, and to be able to have things like that, it's just a blessing, because I didn't have things like that growing up. For me to be able to look to older players, so it's a blessing. And then just depending on how much you dominate and what is coming in, you can change your family's life. And then also it gets you prepared for the next level if you are blessed enough to be able to do that, as far as about learning about taxes and things like that.
Well, Debo, it has been a great pleasure getting to know you. And I encourage you, obviously you've got a career ahead playing at the next level, but I can't wait to see what you do with your final year and then your professional career. And then when you decide to come over here, I think there'll be plenty of room for you. So all the best. Thanks for making time. We hope to see you this fall.
Thank you, Paul. Much love.
Oh, great. So great. I don't know. These talking to these young players is so inspiring. It gets me. I know there's a lot of noise up here, but that makes it special. Let's talk about what we're going to do the rest of the day. I don't know how we're going to top that, but we'll give it a shot on this Thursday afternoon.